Despite Mordell being such a new release, there has been such a wonderful community developed around the game. Clans have begun to arise, and with that, I have found myself joining one as well. The Roman Republic. The initial moments of our instructions were tough. We were tasked with rigorous training in horrid temperatures and asked to perform an assortment of physical endurance evaluations. Though this would not stop me, for it was Rome and her people who called upon us to serve. I would have to do what I could to appease them.
There's a specific training spot that we go on this map. You guys have probably seen it before. Just gotta hop up these rocks.
Yep.
You stand no chance.
Oh wow, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
or you could come my way and it's just...
What the fuck?
Oh my god, there's so many of us.
Get him on as well.
Normal, like, Jesus Christ, there's 11 of you guys. This is beautiful. Actually, everyone's oh, wait, no.
Okay.
No, it's fine.
We won
Alright,
our
so, gladiator. Actually, no, take out your spears.
Oh yes, that looks so much better.
Good job. Alright, you can break formation.
Free time. Healer.
Oh, someone hit me.
Healer. Oh, we forgot to do the... Oh, suicide.
Oh god.
Right. No, we all need to do the shot where we throw the javelin.
Everyone form a circle around him. Alright, everyone aim for his head, right? 3, 2, 1. Go!
Holy shit! During the first group activity, we were directed via several strict codes of conduct to ensure those dedicated would remain and the weak would leave.
Anyways, everyone here?
I had to go get another javelin. I'm right back.
Right then, welcome everyone to your first official training session. Be your host, Cosmodomos, and unfortunately our other lead director could not actually attend this, the only captain currently within the Sons of Mars Legion. Most of you I hear are from the European region, yes? So I am in the midst of creating, after this event, I might have the European Legion finalized. Of course, the voting doesn't end until Sunday, so you still have a chance to submit the name if you haven't already. Yeah, so for right now, you're all going to be a part of the American Regiment until we can transfer some of you guys once we get all of you trained. But the most important thing is getting you all trained first. So I'm pretty sure you're all aware right now that you only need to attend one training session when it comes to being promoted to soldier, yeah? How you perform in this training will result in where you're put within the squad, okay? So, whether that be soldier, junior, or senior, if Larvix, because he's currently one of our spectators, he will be evaluating alongside me as a subordinate officer for the meantime, and he will relay back any information he finds as we go to observe the various things that you all do in order to completely resolve what your final position will be in the Legion. Alright, so without any further ado, anyone have any questions before we start? Guess not. Moving on. So, first order of business. We're going to go on to the order section of the training, and foremost, we're going to go over commands. Now, commands should be pretty important, obviously, because this is how I will be talking to all of you guys, and how your superior officers will be communicating to you. And I recommend you do the same so that you get used to this kind of thing, alright? You don't need to know the ranks necessarily, but specifically in the military, you want to know a few things so that you can identify different people at different times, and it'll make us a much more effective killing machine, alright? When it comes to the actual hierarchy itself, there's not much you need to know. There's technically only 3 definitive ranks within the military. You have, yeah, and there is a soldier here with us today, that's Dan. He's just here to help be a model for all you guys, so I'll use him as demonstration for later, and Parakeet as well. Like I said, there's only 3 definitive ranks. There's soldier, or actually no, unless it isn't a rank, it's a soldier, officer, and captain. We changed the name from director to captain because there's a little bit of confusion, and it just didn't feel right for me. so I change it to captain instead. Now within these ranks, there are 3 sub-ranks. These are called positions. You have ranks and positions. So these positions are as follows from least to greatest. You have the soldier, which is equivalent to a rook. You have the junior, which is equivalent to a minor, and a senior, which is equivalent to a major. So for example, we'll just say Dan Demanity. This is an actual example. Dan Demanity is currently a senior cadre squad leader, if I'm not mistaken, so that would make him senior legionnaire with the Sons of Mars. We got some seniors here, might help you. Thank you very much, Larvix. Do we got any questions about that, about positions and ranks?
How do you go up in these ranks, like, as we go through this?
There's actually a thing in the combat strategy section, 3 below the command structure. You'll find it is literally titled promotion. There's 4 requisites for you to actually become applicable to become a soldier, or really any of these ranks. This goes for any of them. Universally speaking, the number 1 thing, you must present appropriate and standard equipment during inspection. So Raro Falcon here, that was perfect timing, right? Okay, well, I'm not gonna use that.
Wait,
so
what?
Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt here is not in proper equipment, obviously, as we all know. So he wouldn't qualify for a promotion until he gets his equipment set. But for example, Raro Giant or Crabman, Mr. Giant Robot, PatTheBeast, Sir Parakeet, Dan the Manatee, all of you guys, except him, I think, all have proper equipment, and I'm very proud of you all because I was expecting a lot more knockoff cosplayers. Here's the thing about facial hair. This is more so akin to kind of like a real military. We don't permit any long facial hair. You all must be shaven, either bald or shaven. So any of the stubbles, and it's all specified in the guide, all of the stubbles and a couple of the hair types are permitted, but only within those confines. Aside from that, the rest of your body, your skin color, your hair color, all that stuff can be customized. The only requirement is that you have shaved beard and shaved head. Number 1, you must present appropriate standard equipment during inspection. Like I said, Raro Falcon here, he is not adequate. He's almost. I believe he's only missing the chest piece.
And the
aside from that,
pauldrons, right?
almost good. And the pauldrons, yeah, chest piece and the pauldron. Number 2, you must provide evidence from someone whom recommended you. So you need to get approval from another person, which is where the battle buddy system comes in. More on that later. And this person and or somebody else, if they see you doing something glorious in combat, like as if you get saved, or if he does something great, like holds up the team, you are permitted to be recommended by that person. And usually it's either photographic evidence or putting them in person and actually communicating with your superior that you want to do something with this person. So once you're recommended, once you see the inspection stuff, then and only then can you actually move on to the final step, number 4. That is that you must be approved by said commanding figure. Now, what we're gonna do here now that you got promotion out of the way, now you got ranks out of the way, you got all this stuff ready, we're gonna go into order, alright? We're gonna start commands. So these commands you can also find in the combat strategy section of this guide. I want you guys to keep this fucking guide as like your pocket Bible, alright? This guide is your love, this guide is your life. If you ever need any questions, don't bitch and complain to me, go to the guide first. If you can't bitch and complain at the guide, come bitch and complain to me, alright? About the commands that we use. This is very important, and I understand from my observations from our previous live drills in the front line, you all didn't do that well necessarily, but that's to be understood, and that's perfectly fine because you weren't trained. You were just going off of your typical Mordhau experience. However, this is no typical Mordhau experience. What we're going to do is we're going to go off a very strict regiment of order, command, and keep in mind the structure of your formations and your superiors. Ensure that you have all of that checked. That way we can operate at our utmost efficiency. So, we have wedges, blocks, columns, and stagger formations, alright? Got 4 of those. Remember, wedge, block, stagger, column. Now, we will be demonstrating some of these formations shortly, but for the meantime, just understand that those are a thing as of currently. What we're going to do here now, go over adaptation. Like I was saying, Romans are great at adapting, and here in Mordhau, The battle is constantly shifting. We cannot keep a rigid form. We are meant to be dynamic and flowing. There's only a few things that we actually do that I would especially request to be kept rigid. You have 3 types of adaptation. You have mold, mend, and merge. When it comes to molding, the action that's requested is to form a new group. A group of people adequate to satisfy that ratio would get together and form a new group. When I say mend a group, that means to regenerate or restore another group that has fallen. If there are multiple squads, this will be in use. And lastly, we have the merge. If I say merge, it means to physically connect your squad to another squad, alright? Very important and very crucial to how we go about the organization of our group, alright? We have cadre, corps, chapters, communes, and command, alright? Cadre is the lowest form of organization. Cadre consists of 2 to 4 people, and its nomination and designated commanding officer is a soldier of a senior and or junior position, alright? Next up we have the corps. That consists of 5 to 16 people and is led by an officer, one of the 3 main unique ranks. Then we have the chapter. That's 17 to 32 people. A chapter is typically what we'll be organizing in for large group campaigns and events. And I should mention this now, there are 2 divisions in the Roman military as of this group. We have legionaries, what you all are, I assume, aspiring to be, and auxiliaries. This includes archers, engineers, equestrians, or equites, so on and so forth. You really only need to understand cadre and corps. That's probably the only 2 you'll use on field. The rest is for logistics. You don't need to worry about that as much as of your current position. So remember earlier when I said a cadre is 2 to 4 people? If I tell you to form a minor cadre, that means form it with 2 people. Now, if I tell you oppositely to form a major cadre, that means to form a group of 4. Now, this is all you truly need to know when it comes to the hierarchy of this stuff, right? Right, so, without further ado, we're going to get on to formations, alright? So what I'm going to do, listen closely, and don't forget it. I want everyone to get in line, and I'm going to carefully select everybody's battle buddy.
Next, we would be coupled with a designated battle buddy. These pairs were more than comrades, but brothers who vowed an oath of honor to each other.
Alright, so you 2 guys, this is what a battle buddy looks like. These 2 guys, they have each other friended on Steam, right? These guys train together, they fight together, and they do everything together. PatTheBeast and Freedom, anyone like... Is there anyone in particular you guys would like to be paired? No? What about you? No? Alright, Pat, I want you to go, actually no. Pat and Freedom, you're both paired.
Certainly.
Gotcha, so, Wolfgang, you're already in a cadre, that's fine, you already got your battle buddy. Just go stand over, near Sir Parakeet and Dan.
With our new fellowships decided, we would move on to squadron formations, of many field-tested variants, both tactical and practical.
What we're gonna start doing is we're gonna start we have commands out of the way. Alright? Does everybody have any questions about commands?
Nope.
General
Nary
phrases,
a
all that
chance
stuff?
of that. I am unable
Alright, we're gonna
to
move on to
decide.
formations. Now this involves commands, but I will be, what we'll have here is we'll have Sir, Dan Manatee, and Wolfgang all be models, and me, and we'll demonstrate what the formation looks like, and then I want you all to copy along with us, alright? So we're gonna do some basic formations, alright? So, firstly, we have wedge converse. Everyone form wedge converse on me. Yeah, usually it doesn't work with 4. It can work with 4, but as you can see here, this is what a converse looks like. Now if I say form wedge inverse, do so. Just like that. Leader in the back, leader in the front. I'll do it one more time. Wedge convert. Wedge inverse. There we go. We're gonna do block formations next, okay? So everybody take out your gladius and your shield. Everybody form an internal block on me. There you go. So what the block internal is supposed to do, this is typically done with 5 people, and this is done to protect a VIP, an officer, a senator, or anyone of high authority. This is defended by 4 people on each quadrant, and 1 in the middle. Alright, everyone break formation. Form block external. Very good. The block external has nobody on the inside. This is strictly for external defense. We're gonna move on to column. This is pretty simple. You all get it, but just for the sake for y'all who don't, we're gonna do some columns. Everyone form a single vertical column on me. Just like that, single vertical column. Everyone form a double column on me. It's a little challenging because we only, oh, nope, this works. All right, everybody form a horizontal column to my left. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you can just vice versa, do it right, left. We're gonna move on to the last bit of formation before I have you guys start drilling, all right? Hope you guys have been paying attention. But here it goes. There's oblique and diagonal stagger. Now this is usually done for archer defense or to mess up equestrian auxiliary units. Everybody form an oblique stagger behind me. So the oblique stagger, the first person in the lead does not need to move. The person on the left, or actually I would need to move to the left, I believe. First person, whoever moves to the left or to the right, the other person behind them will do the opposite, and then opposite, and then opposite, until everyone's in that formation, alright? I want everybody to form a diagonal stagger to my left. Everyone, I want you to take out your shields, and I want you to demonstrate how this works. So you stand up, or usually you can crouch. I would say crouch for this. And I want everyone just to look forward. Don't look to your friend, don't look to your right, just look forward. Zerg. I want you to step in front of us, pull out your gladius. Now I want you to come and try attacking us from the side. Now I want us, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to make you glaze down our shields. So it's like a giant deflection, if you will. Come at us head on. And usually by this point you curve around and you block him. Just like that. And then whenever he's finished stabbing, you can stop now, Zerg. We would stab back. For every time he hits one of our shields, the other person stabs. But don't do it right now, don't stab Zerg.
Through these formations came the inclusion of cadre, the second smallest organization of these Roman legions. This meant meeting even more members.
The reason I organized you guys into cadres, these actually might be who you are paired with, ultimately, in your own cadres. So make sure you guys keep each other, if you face each other, get each other's names. I'm gonna quickly write you guys down so that I can later go back into the Legion and put you down. So everyone face me, or this cadre face me. So Freedom, Zerg.
Via these new squads came additional formation training and live drills composed of simulated scenarios and active weapons. It was intimidating initially, but empowering by the end.
Form a block internal on me. Everyone should be standing for this. It seems like you guys. Oh, yep. Okay, that's perfect right there. All right, everyone, break formation. Form a double vertical column on me. Very good. Form a single vertical column on me.
Certainly.
Form an inverse wedge on me. Very good. Need to pick up the speed a little bit more, but you did good. You understood it. Alright, I want everyone to form an oblique stagger. There you go. Just like that. Alright, back in vertical. Now we're going to form a diagonal stagger on me. Perfect. Alright, everyone. Horizontal to my left. Do you all feel that you understand these formations?
Certainly. Yes.
Alright, put your weapons away. Go form back up in your cadre group, and I'm going to call cadre 2.
The strength of everyone combined was enough to give me an adrenaline rush of courage. It even intimidated the spectators watching us from a vast. Alas, it was time for a more personalized melee combat training session with my battle buddy. The goal was not to win, but to learn. Thus, went our exchange of advice and encouragement.
But pretty much what's going to happen is each person has to communicate with each other. If you want to go to our Discord now, after I'm done speaking, you can switch to one of the 3 current palestras or gymnasiums, which are something that we use to, if you want to communicate with your partner, if you have a mic, you can go there and you'll be able to speak so that you're not, interfering with everyone else. The reason we have battle buddies, not only to look after each other, but it's to get a second pair of eyes. It's to help you train no matter what the occasion. And those cadres, those corps, they won't work if our smallest division isn't capable of fighting. You're all dismissed to train.
Have my word.
I'll periodically check back up on you guys, but for the meantime, I'm going to be training Blunt Thunder.
Afterwards came a test of true bravery and skill, a trial by numbers. I was told to participate against 3 adversaries, each of my own cadre. All 3 rushed me with all they had.
So we're gonna do 1vx. We were doing 1v1, now we're doing 1vx, or an unknown variable. We're just gonna move on. We're gonna pick the next one because we're running out of time. Zerd, freedom, yep. Pat, you go forward. We're gonna wait for Mr. Man to come back. Right. Go.
All together!
Use chambers, wide sweeps, ducking, jumping, all that stuff. You gotta utilize it all. And by the final time, I'll try doing it myself, just to see how well I can do. Ready, steady, mom spaghetti. Go. You actually did pretty good. All right, go.
To the front! Make haste!
Ooh, man, brutal. Oh, God.
It was tough. The instructor even told us that it was not meant to be passed with a perfect score. It was instead meant to teach humility, respect, and trust among those you fight with. Might I admit that it worked and improved our talents even more than before. War has no rules, he said. Why should we? As the final cadres finished their portion of the training, it was time to do a formal marching formation around the entire map, like true soldiers.
Everybody, whether you're in a guard position or not, I want you to come, and we're about to do a couple things actually. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a double column formation. So get with your battle buddy, find your battle buddy.
You declare that you...
All right. So you're gonna essentially follow the leader, right? You're gonna follow me, just like elementary school.
Yes.
You're not gonna break formation. You're gonna stay as tight in formation as you can. I'm not gonna run. I'm not gonna sprint. I'm not doing that. We're just gonna do normal walks. Everyone, put your weapons away if you haven't already. And we're gonna begin. All right.
Yes.
On me.
I shall comply. Yes.
I don't know any chants in Latin, but I know. Guess that works. But it wouldn't be very fitting.
For the king! Charge! Behold! For the king!
Just screaming. My audio just cut out because there's so many screams. Stay in formation. Regroup everyone. Pack up. Alright, there you go.
After a brief return to camp, we enacted a wonderful graduation ceremony, in which everyone received their new positions within the Sons of Mars Legion chapter.
Yes, sir.
Right.
You have my word.
So, here's what we're gonna do. This is how graduation works. I've been watching, recording every little bit here and there. Larvix has visual documentation in case I ever need to go back, but that's not necessary right now. Right, so I'm gonna ask everyone to form into the designated cadre. So Cadre 1, Freedom Zerg Pat Robot.
At last, we were officially trained protectors of the Roman Republic and her people. 'Twas an honor being trained by the amazing senior captain Cosmodomos.
Alright. Pat the Beast, please support. Pleasure to meet you. Right. So, throughout my time, I've seen you train very well. Even more so than most in the entire squad, in fact. But, for the sake of the evaluation, I'm hereby placing you as junior of your squad. You are now subordinate leader of the...
I was even assigned junior leader of my own cadre due to my excellent performance throughout boot camp. Once everything was complete, I was registered into the Chart of Chapters logistical composition alongside everyone else that graduated with me.
And that concludes the graduation session. The ceremony is complete. If you all wish to remain, you may. And if not, you may be dismissed. Ave Roma! Ave Republica!
This new profession, this new life, it was glorious. It is an honor to serve among these great men as we embark on new journeys forward within the community. Ave Roma, ad gloria es victoria.